Okay, brilliant, Bex. Thank you very much. So second question then. So you've recently, as we mentioned earlier, completed your MA in Creative and Critical Writing at the University of Gloucestershire. So what did you find most challenging about your postgraduate degree?
Well, on the actual postgraduate degree, I just loved it. I loved it. There was one challenge in particular that sort of comes to the forefront, is that I was the leader of the anthology project.
Oh, yes.
And when I started it, I had this wonderful image of it would all be very democratic and everyone would have their say and no one would be unhappy because everyone had their say and they would all agree, and it didn't quite go that way.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
But I was very lucky to be supported by Beatrice Hitchman, who I believe you've interviewed before.
Yes, I have, yeah,
And she was incredible and was always the great voice of reason. But I think as well, it would be silly not to mention, of course, the times in which we live in. That was that was particularly challenging, sort of 6 months in, the MA sort of being plunged into COVID and our lives. And I was working at a supermarket at the time, which was also another challenge. I have 2 small children. So there was a point where I had my children at home homeschooling. I was trying to do the MA and I had 2 jobs and we had a complicated bereavement at home. And so...
Oh, right, I'm sorry.
Thank you. But it was a real challenge, right?
Yeah, so many things all at once, yeah.
Yeah, but I know that's been a lot of that's been the case for a lot of people, hasn't it? So,
yes, yeah.
But I think personally for me, I wouldn't, if anyone was thinking of doing a master's at the moment, I would certainly advise you not to let the current times put you off. I found that the master's was a great escape.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, massively. It was wonderful to think, gosh, the outside world is a bit terrifying. I'm going to get lost in my own world right now.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, go back to a project or get lost in a book. So yeah, and the university were great keeping everything online. I didn't feel like teaching was lacking in any shape or form. And they were very quick to make sure we were all okay. So yeah.
Oh no, perfect, excellent. And do you think that that kind of juggling of different tasks and that time management, is that inherent of university students? Is that inherent of writers and editors, maybe in general, in kind of today's world, or is it just a mixture of both?
Potentially, yes, but I suppose also parenthood. You know?
And parenthood as well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot to juggle for us.
Yeah.
But I suppose, yeah, I mean, think about the amount of writers who write in the evenings, and then when their novel gathers momentum, it's only then that they quit their day job. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm lucky. I've got a lot of writers who I help at the moment who, yeah, they're all working full time, and it's when their work gathers momentum. I think one of them has decided to quit the 9 to 5, but yeah, it is a juggle, isn't it, for any writer and student and parent.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it doesn't matter whether it's parenthood or academia or writing, it's taking that plunge, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, but that's brilliant. Thank you very much. Excellent.